it's Susan here with the Outdoor Gear Review, and today is the first day of summer actually, and I'm out taking a hike. We're gonna get out, maybe get a good view, enjoy the nice weather. It's actually almost chilly today, but it feels good. Luckily, I grabbed my pullover before I left the house, but it's actually like 59, so just a tad chilly, really breezy, but I think it's gonna be a good day for a hike. So today, guys, I am out on the Blue Ridge Parkway. I'm actually on the Tanawha Trail going up to Beacon Heights. Basically, it has been raining for nothing but a week straight. And today is the first day that you could actually look out and it's not foggy, the sun's out, and it's a beautiful day. So I'm hoping for a good view at the top. This spot on the Blue Ridge Parkway is really popular. You will typically find the parking lot pretty full. I tried to get an early start today, so there were 2 spots left in the parking lot, and I'm not kidding about that either. It's still a great hike. It's fairly short up here to Beacon Heights, so this part won't take long, but I'm gonna do some backtracking and hit up another trail so I can get a good hike in for today. So I'm sure at this point in the video you guys are wondering, where is Luke and why is he not with me today? Well folks, let me explain it to you.
Hey everybody! Guys, thank you all so very much for joining us for this episode. This is a day hike adventure, and of course I'm going to be with the one and the only beautiful Susie. And of course I have to say, hi everybody, it's good to see you. Let's get on with this hike. You know what's funny, Susie? I did not know that it was the first day of summer.
Yeah.
Not until you just said it. Oops.
Happy summer.
Yeah, I pay attention to time. Not at all. I usually don't know what day it is, what time it is. When the sun goes down, I usually make my way home, that sort of thing.
Yeah. That's a pretty good problem to have, really, though.
Yeah, very blessed.
Yeah.
Very blessed. You know, talking about being blessed, everyone, being out here in the woods, spending so much time in the outdoors, ah man, I love it. You could still have a full-time job and yet get out and explore. It really does boil down to priorities. What do you want to make your priority? Wow.
And this is the view that I was talking about. This is the view I was wanting today. So check it out, guys. Can you ask for anything better than this?
So with the weather conditions that Susie was talking about, this glorious weather is all due to a cold front which came through last night. We had some thunderstorms, some good rain. So today it is breezy, chilly, really more windy than breezy, but you can see how fast the clouds are moving, especially with the shadows going over the mountains. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Alright guys, we are back on the trail. We're gonna head over to see what views we can find over here. I hope you guys got a good look at that view and that you saw all the shades of blue. Many of you may know I live in the Blue Ridge Mountains, and that was a prime example of why they are called the Blue Ridge Mountains.
So Susie,
Yes.
what just happened?
Well, we just ran into some people that recognized us. They were up from Atlanta visiting and taking in the gorgeous views that we have here. They said unfortunately some of their plans had to change due to the wind and storms that are headed our way tomorrow. So maybe they were a bit bummed, but it sounded like they were about to go find another trail to hike, and I'm sure they'll have a great time. You know, that's what happens living in the mountains. You've got the wind, you've got the storms. You may come up here for a weekend and your plans just have to change. You just have to go with what the weather says. So that's how it works.
Anytime that I run into somebody who's watched the channel, it always throws me off just a little bit. I really don't know like what to say.
It is a little bit like weird. I don't know. As we were walking down the rocks, I heard someone say YouTube. And I turned around to look and I was like, I think they said YouTube, maybe they're talking about us.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they come over and introduce themselves.
They're like,
Super
holy
nice
crap.
people.
Yeah, super nice.
And it happened a while back. We met some people and they were just absolutely floored, and we kind of go in to shock ourselves because it just feels so weird to have all this attention, and it just felt weird to me.
Well, we look at it as like, we're nothing special.
Yeah.
You know,
No.
we're just out doing our thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is funny how we met the last couple. Super awesome people.
Yeah.
Fantastic. We ended up going out on a hike with them. Had a ton of fun. One interesting point about this place is that people will oftentimes slip, slide, and fall off of this rock ledge here. And of course, then they will have to be rescued.
Just want you guys to know, if you park at Beacon Heights on the Blue Ridge Parkway, there is a great little trail that you can take and have a great view, and it's very easy and it's accessible, I would say, to most everybody.
Susie, are you ready to hike?
I'm ready.
Let's do this. Now, the plan for this adventure, as Susan stated before, is to make it over to the Lynn Cove Viaduct. It is an awesome bridge. We are going underneath it. Only when the road is closed can you hike that road. Don't tell anybody, but I've actually hiked it at nighttime when it's not closed with my pals. I probably shouldn't put this on YouTube. I'm just kidding anyway. Don't worry about it.
Do you remember that time, like, where everyone did like what they were supposed to and like obeyed signs and laws and rules?
Oh yeah. Wait, no.
Yeah, wait, nah, I don't either. Never mind.
So when it comes to this trail, when you get up to essentially where the views are, you have a choice. You can go left or right. If you go right, it's nice and easy. Go left, it is a little bit rocky. Both will give you incredible views.
We have something really important that we need to talk about, and it's my backpack. Before anybody gets upset and wants to know why it is just me carrying the backpack, I want to go ahead and clear it up and say that Luke and I take turns. There was only a need for one backpack today, so we're taking turns carrying it.
That's right, I'm not the biggest jerk in the entire world. Yeah, I read the comments. There was like one comment from some guy, I don't remember, giving me crap because I didn't have a backpack. Come on. Essentially, what Susie and I do, we just take turns. One person will wear it for a while, we'll switch over, let that person cool off. So we are continuing on with the Tanawha Trail now, heading towards the Lynn Cove Viaduct. The Tanawha Trail is part of a larger trail system called the Mountain to Sea Trail. Essentially, it goes from the mountains all the way down to the coast.
So one thing I wanted to ask you guys is, when you're out hiking and you pass someone, do you typically say hi or hello? Do you say it first? Do you say it after someone else has said hi to you?
There is country etiquette, country politeness. And when you're from a city or a different region, you'll be amazed at how the etiquette and the politeness kind of falls away. This is one thing that we notice, especially out west while traveling around some. People in the South are generally more friendly, and they'll throw a hand up, say hey, and if you're not careful, draw you into very long conversations, so be careful when you're in the South.
Luke does make a good point that sometimes you'll run into hikers that won't stop talking to you. And if you're trying to go on a hike and enjoy your day, it can tend to be a problem. Just say hi and go on about your day. Doesn't matter where you're from. Just try it out and see if you like it.
Now, this part of North Carolina is beautiful to hike, as you all can tell, but you do have to be careful. Lots of rocks means that there's a potential for injury. Over the last couple of months here, we've had 2 Black Hawk helicopter rescues, so you definitely have to be careful. The rocks out here are awesome. There are all sorts of cool rocks.
As we've been hiking along, there are lots of parts on the trail that have been washed out. You can tell where there's been many mudslides and rocks and everything rushing down the mountain. Don't ever underestimate the power of water. When it comes rushing down the mountain, it's gonna take whatever in its path out.
And that is one of the reasons why, when you're in the mountains, you pay attention to the weather, look at the clouds. The conditions can change just like that, so be prepared. It's not just lightning. Our summertime thunderstorms can be vicious, drop 10 inches of rain just like that. If you're planning on coming to the mountains, be prepared. Now that is how Susan handles the steps. This is how I handle them. And it's because I'm obnoxious.
Remember, no backpack.
Susie, my ears are burning. What'd you say?
Nothing.
Why don't you do your impression of me?
If I get hurt and a Black Hawk comes to get me, you're welcome.
I'm filming it.
I know you want to see a Black Hawk really bad. Okay.
Now that is actually pretty darn good, I have to be honest.
Accurate.
Very accurate.
Thank you.
Yes, good job. Now it's my turn to be Susie. Watch this. I'm trying to avoid most of the rocks. Go around all of the hurdles. There you
Good
go.
job, good job, good job. And you know, like, what's wrong with that?
Absolutely nothing.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
I'm just taking the time to stop and smell the roses.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to run, gun. I want to get it done. I want to run, jump, bounce, trip, fall. The good thing is that I have excellent balance. I very rarely ever fall. As that tears my shoe right off my foot. I slid, and then she did the exact same thing. I take it back, you have good balance.
It's not
Okay.
the best, and I'll talk about why it might not be the best in a minute.
Why don't we go ahead and talk about that right now?
I don't know if we've talked about it in a video before, but I actually have scoliosis. It's a mild case, but I've had it since I was probably 19 years old, and that's when they discovered it. So I have a lot of back pain that I deal with, and my balance isn't perfect. I definitely cannot run through the woods like Luke can, but it's all right. It's something I deal with. I try to take care of myself, stay healthy, eat right, take care of my body, because scoliosis is something I'll have to live with for the rest of my life. And basically what that means is I have a very crooked spine. My spine is like an S instead of being straight, and it can cause a lot of back pain for people, low back pain. It can mess with your heart. It can cause all kinds of issues if you do some research on it. It's pretty crazy, but that is basically why I try to take care of myself. And I'm so thankful that I can get out and do what I can do. We all have different abilities, and work with what you have and do what you can.
Susie is so right about that. I mean, Susie has her issue. I broke my back when I was younger, so I have back problems. Really what helps us the most is that we try to take care of ourselves. Sure, we eat out every once in a while. We eat junk every once in a while, but for the most part, we watch what we eat, we try to exercise, and so far that's worked pretty well for us. The thing is that everybody has issues. Nobody is issue-free. Some of our viewers, some are amputees, still hiking, all sorts of issues. As Susan said, everybody has issues. Just gotta work with them. That's life. Before we go any further, everyone, I want to get your feedback. For this episode, and for a couple more episodes, I am using a brand new camera that a friend let me borrow just to try out. Let me know what you all think about the quality of the video. Most of the time I film with the Panasonic GH5. The quality is beautiful. The autofocus sucks. It's just not that good. It's serviceable, but it's just not that good. So make sure to tell me what you all think. I do appreciate it. I think it's pretty clear that I like to run, jump, all that sort of stuff. And for me, I think it goes back to when I was a freshman in high school. I was in a car accident, broke my back. Afterwards, the doctor told me that I'd spend the rest of my life in pain. I was lucky to be walking, never run again. One day would probably be in a wheelchair. Yeah, my back hurts, but almost spend every day running at least a little because I can. I feel so lucky to be able just to simply go out and hike. I feel good, and I think it shows in the videos because I'm definitely bouncing all over the place. Take nothing for granted, everyone. Nothing. When it comes to the Blue Ridge Parkway, this was one of the last sections completed. Construction started in 1979, completed in 1983, cost $10 million back then. And this thing is just cool, man. It's awesome. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
We're under it.
Awesome.
What do you think of this view?
It's a good view. Susie says the name of that song is Meet Me in the Middle. So we have like a rough, tough biker covered in leather.
Like a little pop song.
Listening to a pop song. That's awesome. So for the most part, this adventure is over. Susie and I, we are turning around. It's time to head back to the car. We have roughly a mile and a half to go.
Yep, that pretty much sums it up for today. Great little day hike, first day of summer.
Awesome.
All right, guys, that's it for this day hike video. Luke and I are gonna finish it up, and that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, thank you all so much for joining us for this trip. Make sure to comment down below, share what you've enjoyed about this hike, about everything that we shared with you all. What do you all think about the video quality? I need to know. Until next time, everyone, take care, strength and honor. Bye.